Hey, good afternoon, YouTube. This afternoon I want to show you how you can take one of these little 1-pound bottles. You guys ever buy these things, go camping with them? How quickly they run out of fuel, and they're about $6 a piece. You'll see a lot of YouTube videos out there where you can refill these things, and it can be done. And if you're interested in doing that, there's plenty of videos on that. What I'd like to show you today, though, is probably a much safer way to do this. They're actually sell on Amazon. You can buy these 1-pound bottles from Flame King. And they're actually made to be refilled, and they're very much easy to refill with. I'm going to show you real quickly in about 5 minutes how you can do that. And the tanks are running about $12 a piece, and you can refill them as many times as you like. So if you've ever had the desire to fill up your propane bottle, I'll show you how to do it here. We're rolling here. Listen, so basically to refill these bottles, a couple things you need. I'm going to take this one out. This is the one you don't want to refill. Can be done, like I said earlier, but not exactly a safe way to do it. A couple things you can use. These are little adapters here. You'll find these on eBay or Amazon or at your local hardware store. They're about $10 a piece. They're just basically the same thing. They screw on. This meets up with the top of your propane bottle. This goes into your big bottle here that I'll show you in a second. This is basically the same thing. It's just got the quicker disconnect on it. These two work okay. I've used them, but the problem is that they don't really give you a lot of room under the propane bottle to maneuver the bottle here when you fill it up. So what I have got is this tube, it's a hose. I bought it on Amazon as well, and I'll put links for these in the bottom of the video. But this connects to the propane bottle. What's nice about this, you got a quick on and off, and you'll see where that'll be nice when you're actually filling it up. And this attaches to the propane bottle, just like this guy does right here. So I'm going to go through all this with you. So this is the bottle. Now you'll see it has a little set screw, if you can see it right up top there. And that's what you're going to use to blow off the gas with until you're shooting liquid. That's what they try to do with those refillable ones with the little Schrader valve on top, and kind of hard to hold those. And then the Schrader valves themselves leak when you're done. So again, not recommended. So yeah, a little set screw. And then when we're all done, this is a nice little lid you can also buy. A couple bucks a piece, but they've got a seal in them. They go right on top. So when you're all done, you can put these things in. I have a couple of them I've already filled up that I put in my RV. I use these in my little buddy heater. I use these on my gas grill. And you can buy the adapters for the 20-pound bottles that do all that same kind of stuff. But the bottom line is those things are just big and take up a lot of room. And these are actually nice and literally take 5 minutes to fill up. Fill them up as many times as you want. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and hook everything up here. So I'm going to take a minute just to hook it all up here, and I'll kind of show you what we got. But this is basically any one of these bottles you can get. You'll see them at convenience stores. Trade in yours, get one for $19.99 filled up. But it's a 20-pound bottle, so theoretically you could fill up one of these propane bottles 20 times. You do that math on that with $6 a piece, quite a bit of money in savings. Plus, it's just the convenience of it. When you run out, if you happen to have one of these with you, you can fill it back up. Great for hurricanes. If you're going to be cooking on your stove top with a little gas stove, a little Coleman, when the power's out and that stuff. But bottom line is, this is all you really need. So you can take these. We'll get them out of the way. We'll get this out of the way. But this is really what you need. You need this bottle. You need this hose. This hose is about $19 or $27. I can't remember. I'll put the link on there. But that's about $15 more than you would pay for one of these, but it definitely makes the job much easier. And if you're going to be doing it a lot, I recommend it. So I'm going to go stop the video here. I'm going to hook it all up and show you how to do this. So I'll be right back. So I'm going to connect up the hose to the top here. You want to make sure this valve is off when you do that, because as soon as you bust that thing open, this is going to come pouring out. You don't want to do that. And by the way, when you do this, make sure you're doing it in a place that's open air. You see I'm outside in the driveway on the tailgate of my pickup truck. You don't want to do this in closed areas. You don't want to do it in anything open sparks or flames or anything like that. This is propane, folks, and you can blow yourself up with it. So take the necessary precautions, read all the safety information, the labels and such, and do it properly. But right now I'm going to hook this hose up here on this side. This screws right on. I'm just going to show you something just for illustrative purposes, though. Once you turn this thing on, you'll see once this is energized, I can turn that gas on right there. So I'm going to turn it off for just a moment. And I'm going to take this little guy here and hook it up. This bottle's empty. It's a 1-pound bottle. And when I get all done, it'll be filled up. So you basically just screw this thing on. Alright? Make sure it's on all the way. Pretty good and tight. What you're going to end up doing is you're going to end up getting on this thing. There's a little set screw right here. So we'll find our spot, but that's where it goes. And so what I got to do now is I got to turn this propane bottle upside down. You got to do this upside down so that the the liquid propane comes out, not the gas. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this thing on. Remember, we got our valve off down here. This thing is going to go upside down. And I'm going to set it right on the tailgate upside down like this. And now you can see why you wouldn't want to use this other one, because you'd be down here trying to hook up a bottle and it's sideways, and these things really need to be vertical while you do it. So this is it. First thing I'm going to do is I got the gas on here. It's liquid going right in. I'm going to open up this valve. You'll hear anything. I don't know if you can hear it. I'll get it pretty close. You hear it filling. So that's just basically filling up. I can feel the coolness in there, but it will reach a pressure and stop filling up, and it'll only be halfway full. And that's because there's air in here that can't escape, and it'll have to compress it, and sooner or later the pressures will equalize and it'll be done. So if you do it and do nothing else, you'd only fill the bottle up halfway. And that's quite frankly what a lot of people do with these. They'll just put them on, fill them up halfway, and then they run out, and may not even be halfway. Now you listen to this thing, you'll hear it gurgling, and once you hear it stop flowing, this is what you're going to do. You're going to take this thing here, and this is where you got to make sure you're not on a flame, because it's going to shoot propane gas out. It's going to smell a little bit, but you'll see it spit liquid, and when it spits liquid, you are done. So, hear that? Hear the gas coming out? This is where you want to make sure you're around those sparks. So at some point here, that propane is going in. I can feel it coming in. It's getting cool. As soon as it starts spitting liquid, this thing is done. Now it sounds like a lot of gas coming out, but remember we're talking about liquid propane, so it's got to be liquid in there. So it'll start spitting a white liquid, and then you're done. Anytime now. Oh, there you go. You saw that little spit? Spit. Okay, done. Turn this valve off here. That bottle is nice and full. So once that's done there, you literally just take this off. Watch that little gas come out there. They're actually pretty cold, so be careful you don't freeze your hand. And 1 pound bottle full. Let's fold up, you put the lid on it. And put this in your camper for when you're ready to go camping. And that's it. I would make sure this little set screw is pretty tight here. You don't want to overdo it, but you don't want it leaking either. But that's a 1 pound bottle, fold up. It was easy as that. So you can do this about 20 times with one of these containers you pay 19 bucks for. Convenient, safe. Again, just make sure you're doing this outdoors, folks, around those sparks, that type of thing, because you saw it was spitting a lot of gas. It's extremely flammable. That's the danger in doing this. You don't have to worry about the tanks exploding or something. They're not going to do that, but you will get the gas spitting out while you're doing it. So that's that, folks. So this is the end of the video. I hope it was enjoyable and that you maybe learned something. Take care.